Hello guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are fine. I hope you guys are okay. So today we are going to start another series of video about pen testing. But this time is going to be different. This time we are going to make a introduction to pen test on Azure. All right? So the first thing, Azure is a cloud service from Microsoft or provided by Microsoft, and there's some kind of rules that we are going to see right now. Okay, before start anything, we have to read the rules of engagement. Well, here we have the introduction and purpose of this rule. Okay, it says that we cannot perform pen tests into other clients, okay, cloud service, or like we have to warn or contact Microsoft before we start. So we have to send a letter. I already sent mine. I always have send it repeatedly. So I recommend you guys to do the same. Okay. Well, here we have to like all the penetration tests must follow Microsoft Cloud penetration test rules of engagement. And then here we have the scope. Okay, for the purpose of these rules of engagement, Microsoft Cloud is defined as including the following Microsoft products. Microsoft Active Directory. Obviously, this has not been updated yet. Why? Because there is no Microsoft Active Directory anymore. Now is Microsoft Entra ID. All right. So Microsoft 265, Microsoft Azure, Microsoft Defender, Microsoft Dynamics 365, Microsoft Intune, Microsoft Power Platform, Microsoft Account. So also below here, Microsoft says if during the pen test we find any kind of vulnerability related to the Microsoft Cloud, we have to report it. Okay, and then here are some kind of form that we just report a issue. And then here's the rules of engagement to perform penetration testing on the Microsoft Cloud. Well, the goal of these guidelines is to enable customers to test their services hosted in Microsoft Cloud services without causing harm to any other Microsoft customers. It means we cannot scan other clients' account, like the first rule say. Scanning or testing assets belonging to any other Microsoft Cloud customers is totally and fully prohibited. All right. Gaining access to any data that is not wholly your own, it means it's a crime. We get data from any other customer, okay? Performing any kind of denial of service testing is totally also prohibited. Perform network intensive fusing against any asset except your Azure virtual machine. It means it's not yours, don't touch it. Okay? Don't try, don't test. Performing automated testing of services that generate significant amounts of traffic. It's going to be like you're going to perform a DDoS attack. Right? So don't do that. Deliberately accessing any other customer's data. Yeah, it's like not just for Microsoft, any on-premises services or any other company. Data is totally strict for their company and their workers or their staff, so it's a crime. Don't do that. Moving beyond proof of concept, we propose steps for infrastructure issues. For example, proving that you have a sysadmin access with SQLi is acceptable. Run xp underscore cmd shell is not. Right? So it's not allowed. Using our services in a way that violates acceptable uh, use policies for the work of Microsoft online service terms. Like C2, for example, is a command and control server. It's not accepted by Microsoft. Okay, it's one of the examples. Uh, at, or like using virtual machines for the DOS attacks, using bots, for example, also is not accepted. Okay, attempting phishing to other social engineering attacks against our employees means, you know, unfortunately, there's like a lot of idiots that tries to hack, and sometimes hack like last year or this year, even Microsoft was hacked or something like that. So the following activities are encouraged: create a small number of test accounts and or trial tenants for demonstrating and providing cross-account or cross-tenant data access. However, it's prohibited to use one of these accounts to access the data of another customer or account. First, port scan or run vulnerability assessment tools against your own Azure virtual machines. Like we have softwares like Qualys, we have software like um, Engine vulnerability management. We have many other kind of tools like Vicarious or um, SolarWinds vulnerability management tool. So we have few of them. Okay, load testing your application by generating traffic which is accepted to be seen during the normal course of business. This includes testing surge capacity, testing security monitoring and detections, example generating anomalous security logs, dropping EICAR, etc. Attempt to break out of a shared service container such as Microsoft websites or Microsoft Azure functions. However, should you succeed, you must both immediately report it to Microsoft and cease digging deeper. It means that you cannot go forward. Deliberately accessing another customer's data is a violation of the term, and then applying conditional access or mobile application management policies within Microsoft Intune to test the enforcement of the restriction enforced by those policies. And then here, even with these prohibitions, Microsoft reserves the right to respond to any actions on its network that appears to be malicious. Many automated mitigation mechanisms are employed across the Microsoft cloud. This should not be disabled to facilitate a penetration test. It means all the tools Microsoft has running right now is going to be like that while you are pen testing, performing a pen test into your cloud service. Okay, and the general vision here is we cannot hack into any other customer service on Azure, or we cannot illegally have access to files from any other customers of Azure. All right, we can perform some stuff. Okay, we are not limited in what we can do, but obviously there is a legal stuff that we have to care. Not just in Azure, as I said before, Amazon, Google, even on-prem servers or like companies like HostGate or Hostinger or GoDaddy or any other hosting that has a VPS provider service is not going to be allowed. Okay, so for now that's it. This is the introduction of pen testing on Azure. The second video we are going to talk about as ASM versus ARM. Okay, and then we are going to pass through few other stuff. All right, so thanks a lot for watching my content. If you like it, give me a like, share for friends, and subscribe to my channel. So that's it for now. See you guys on my next video.